This is Stephen Hicks with Mwsstudios. We coming to you today with a new segment, which is called Interviews with Creators. And we have a special guest today named Kelvin Malone, a good friend of mine. We go way back to the LOC days. Um, and if we here, I'm just happy. We talked about doing a podcast and I'm finally doing it. So let's get this show on the road. Here is Kelvin Malone, y'all.
What's good, people? What's good? What it do, Steve?
Man, it's been a minute, man. Even though we talked like other day and then later today, so
Yeah.
we was talking about this podcast thing, and I just, just get it out the way. And I want to talk to you as a creator and going forward with other creators about their journey. So, so I got a few questions for you, and just really want to dig deep, get that nitty gritty, the real conversations of what it's like being a creator and how you're growing into that next phase in your life. So my first question is how do you get started in your creative process?
Um, how I get started? I normally get started by just the inspiration, just the thought of what I want to create. If a
Mm,
good idea come to my mind and I really like it, I'm gonna try to execute it the best way I can.
okay. So what are some things that truly inspire you as an artist, like as a muse, that they really get you going?
Um, a lot of anime get me inspired. The music I listen to get me inspired. Or it'd be the people that either want to hire me to do freelance work or I just really feel inspired by the person around me, like some of my friends and my families, or if it's a girl I'm into, I get inspired that way
Mm,
to create.
okay. So what is your style? What is your art style?
I I really don't necessarily have a particular style. It's just what I feel doing at the moment. Like I'm good at drawing like anime type artwork. I'm
Mm,
good at drawing like comic book type artwork. I've by me going to school, I learned how to do still lifes.
okay.
Portraits was really my thing for a minute, and I'm pretty good at doing portraits,
Mm.
and I'm good at animals. Like it's to me, it's whatever I feel at the moment. I would create it on the spot.
Okay, so you're like a mixed medium artist.
Yeah,
Okay. So it's based off how you feel, what you're feeling that day, or what you see, or who, I say be more specifically, who cross your path, and you can just create.
right.
Okay, I like that. So have you done anything specifically in comics?
Uh, you know, I helped you with comics
You
first starting out.
you know what? That was your first time in general?
Yeah, that was my first time in general. Just doing those rough drafts and those early sketches of you, so you get an idea how you want your character to look like. That was my first time doing that.
See, that I actually didn't know. I didn't know that. I really
Yeah.
didn't. Because when we was working, now we segue into the comic book process. Um, I didn't know that that was your first time experiencing the sketching and being a part of the Micro War series. That was actually new because I started that process and then I talked to you about it. He was like, "Sure, let me see what you got," and then I go based off that, and you created your own. And now we have the Rashida we all know and love, even Sneakers McGee.
Yeah.
and Squeeze too. So we have my three main characters because of not only my influence, your influence too. So that's pretty cool. Uh, that's pretty dope. Actually didn't know that. I really did. So I'm blushing over here. I'm like, all right, cool. That's pretty dope. Do you inspire to do anything else in the comic book industry, or do you want to stay like a free agent?
uh, I actually want to start my own comic book, and I was starting to, but
Hmm.
uh, my health and life put me on hold to do it. So
Mm,
I haven't finished working on my own.
okay. Would you be interested in starting that sooner than later? Now that we talked about your health, let's actually go into that a little bit. Your health. I understand that you had eye surgery recently.
Yeah.
And then that took a toll on you. It was kind of hard to get into the drawing process, to see things clearly. And I know that was rough on you. There's been many nights going struggling to see, struggling to sleep, struggling to get a hold of this world that you're in right now. And now that you've overcome that, which I'm proud of you for overcoming that, and now you can see pretty decently now. Am I right?
To a degree, it's I still have trouble trying to just focus on reading, just reading in general. Like I
Yeah.
can barely read any text or fonts on my phone. I haven't read a book in I don't know about maybe a year and a half or two
Mhm.
now. It's been a struggle and trying to draw and knowing the caliber of work that I'm capable of.
Mhm.
It really has me frustrated and angry at times because I'm so detailed in my work.
Yeah.
So yeah, my vision is it's okay, but it's not where I want it to be.
Okay. Understood. So I understand your vision is subpar right now. Going forward, do you think you can still create even with your vision is not as good as it used to be? Do you think there's other alternatives for you?
Yeah, uh, before before I had surgery this year and back in May, before May hit, I was getting back to drawing because I even took a hiatus last year when my vision got bad last year and I had to have surgery on the left eye. Then I was just starting to get back. I was drawing with white chalk on black paper. I was getting to a point where I'm just getting understanding a new art style and trying something new. And then the same thing happened last May, happened this May with my vision, and it threw me off. So
Yeah.
I think I can get back to that point. I just haven't.
You
Re-
haven't. Is it a mental thing?
it's more. It's a mental thing. I would say it's definitely a mental thing, and also it's physical because it's hard for my eyes to focus on drawing, especially the way I'm used to drawing. Like I said, I'm so detailed in the way I draw, especially when I'm like, I want to draw more portraits. I want to create more characters, and even when I draw characters, I'm very detailed when I with what I create.
Mm,
So it really frustrates me to get back to that point where I want to be.
okay. Um, even with that bump in the road, right? You still create things, which is amazing to me. Even with your eyesight like impaired, you're still able to create. Like you've been creating since you like we when we last time we met each other. I met you what a few months back, what five months back
Yeah, when I was in the
in
hospital.
the hospital. So
Yeah.
from the time you got out the hospital up till now, you've been creating content nonstop. And it looks amazing, even with your vision impaired. And I never really truly talked to you about that because how are you doing that? is that just pure will or what is that?
Man, yeah, it's definitely will because art is my life. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. And you know, me and you game together, and
Yeah,
I create characters on
that it.
like Soul Calibur and Tekken. Since I'm not able to draw and paint right now, I
Mm-hmm.
still got that drive in me to want to create.
Mm-hmm.
So I create some of my favorite characters with some of the fighters on the games that we play. So
Okay.
that still gives me the drive and energy to still want to do art.
So when you on the game, and I like how you do your character designs, those are amazing, but I never seen anyone do character designs like you do. Do you think you can go into that profession like where you are right now? Because when you take the games and the game models and the software that they use and make these different characters, they're so realistic and very detailed. Do you think you can go into another career path doing that?
Yeah, if I can get into digital art, if I can afford like the programs or software or the tools, I think I can still create art that way. Because with my vision right now, I haven't really been able to watch any like live movies or like real life type films.
Yeah,
I've mostly only been watching animation.
yeah.
My eyes, with the vibrant colors that most animations portray,
Hmm.
that's what my eyes can focus on, and that's why it's so easy for me to create those characters on the games because those colors are so bright and vibrant, and I
Hmm.
and I can do that.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say, what's your favorite tool to use when you create?
What was the question again?
What's your favorite tool you like to use when you're creating?
You mean like on the computer?
Computer, physical? Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Uh, um, on the computer, when I was doing graphic art, Adobe Photoshop was my go-to.
Hmm.
But as far as me drawing and painting,
Hmm.
my number one love will forever be like the number two pencil or a mechanical pencil or ebony pencil. That's my go-to.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely nothing wrong with that. That's pretty neat. Um, I was gonna say, what in your career as an artist, what are what is a project or yeah, what is a project that you worked on that you're proud of?
Project I was proud of. Yours, for instance, yours was one of the big ones because I worked on so many projects in my life and they never really went nowhere. Like I was working on a friend of mine, she was starting a magazine. I was doing all the graphic designs for a magazine,
Yeah,
didn't go nowhere. I was a part of a t-shirt company with a fellow classmate that we went to LOC with, and
yeah.
that fell off, and I really didn't get my dues there.
Hmm.
But you was one of the first people that actually gave me my flowers and even gave me credit with my work.
Hmm.
And even though I just did rough drafts and then I did a couple of character designs, poster designs for you, you were the only person that really showed me credit where it was due. And other than my homeboy Paco, who is
Yeah,
a fellow rapper down here, I've done all his album covers and he gives me praise
yeah.
for all my work I do. So you and my homeboy Paco are the main two that I'm proud of the work I've done for y'all.
Oh man, that like I said, I really didn't know that. That's pretty cool, and it's heartfelt. It's warm. It's warming to the heart, man. I'm like, dang, I really was a part of someone else's life, and you've been a part of mine in this journey. And speaking of which, let's just unpack the project that we worked on together, which is Micro Wars.
Yes, sir.
Um, I have my own company, which is MWF Studios. And it's a publishing, developing, and distribution company that I created on my own. And the first project that I developed, created, and developed was Micro Wars, the comic book series, which I had Spud. Kelvin Malone, as y'all know. I had him work on some sketches. I did some sketches as well. We were just coming up with character designs. We spent a year straight working on that, going back and forth. I like this design. We made her too older. We made Rashida Foley was the credit that we created. We made her older. We made her younger until we just kept working on it and developing. So that was just one character. And then I came out with two more, which he assisted in until we got those characters right. We did that same process until we got the characters that I wanted, both using our creative skill set. And now going from there, I took that, created a story, met some other people, put something together, and now I have 7 issues out. Um, and I gave him credit. Actually, he's in one of those books, actually. He didn't just sketch some characters, he created his own character. And now I put that character in issue number 6 to be exact. And he's fighting one of the characters that we both created, which is so cool, by the way. So I just wanted to give us some kudos on that, give the audience a little bit of history between the Micro World series. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I like to make that even more detailed because I because I remember you did you had a whole art contest for somebody to have that original character in
I
comic.
did. You right.
And I did not win the contest.
You didn't.
But you found my character design to be so cool. You still put my character in your comic book. And what people don't know, my character appeared in the original third issue, but you took your first 3 issues and split them down into 6 parts. So I'm actually in the original third issue, and then I appeared into the new 6th issue.
Yeah, I did. I had changed my model around. Man, I forgot about that contest I did. That I'm glad you brought that up because I was just trying to give back to the community and help out. And a lot of people entered, like a lot of people entered. So what I did was I decided to go with a younger. I saw everything that all the artists, all the work, and I looked at it. I wanted to give a younger participant an opportunity to shine. And I did feature them in the book, which I gave my word on. And then I saw yours. Yours was so good. I was like, man, I really want to use this. I just decided to put them in there, gave them a story and everything. I said, let's just roll with it. And now you're in Micro Wars as a protagonist. And it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see.
And I gotta say one more thing. And also, I remember when your the first issue dropped,
Yeah.
and you told me about this con event that
Yep.
happens in Atlanta called MomoCon. And I went with you. By me helping you doing designs, you helped me create my business card. We went to MomoCon. You passed out your first issue
I did.
around, and I was passing out my business cards, and it was so cool to see you interact with some other creators, especially the creator of Black Sands. Black Sands was like the biggest thing going on in the Black community, but
Yeah.
with Black artists, and you was able to give your comic book to the creator of Black Sands, and y'all was able to wrap it up and talk. That was the most coolest thing that I've seen happen.
Real live event, true story, true story. So MomoCon, that was a thing. Um, I created Micro Wars the first issue. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I just wanted to create it at the time. And believe it or not, I did some research. Black Sands, Emmanuel, he started his career the same time I created Micro Wars. This is wild to me. Um, we went to MomoCon, like you said, we chopped it up. I just wanted people to read it. We're networking, meeting all these different people. We were doing tournaments. I met Emmanuel. We're chopping it up. We exchanged books. Um, he gave me some advice. He was like, man, this is really clean. I talked to him, looking dead in the eye. I had a good book in my hand. He was like, hey, this is clean, professional, and I'm really impressed. And he gave me he said something to me which would turn anybody off really, but it really was a compliment at the same time. He was like, this is, if I remember correctly, this is clean and professional. I'm not looking into heroes right now, but this is really good. I'm more so looking for something a little bit more fantasy related. And I was like, okay, I understand. But to be honest with you, I really see you as a competitor. What you have is that good. And that's what he said. I was like, we exchange information, I have his book and he has mine. And we took a picture together. And I thought that was pretty cool. Now, when he said that, honestly, anybody would think that was like a diss or something like that,
Yeah.
or some type of downplay. But I didn't. I saw it as an opportunity in my career to keep going, like really keep going, because he wasn't looking for superhero stuff. And that's what I presented. I presented him with a superhero comic and he gave me that tidbit of advice and that compliment, and I just ran with it. And since then, I've created 7 issues. I've created a how to create comics books, which is coming out soon. Be on the lookout for that. It's actually called Concept to Creation. The cheat code to making comics. So it's created by Mwsstudios, me. I will put that out soon. I've created activity books. I've hosted multiple events. I did. I helped a lot of people in the community, believe it or not. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That was a fun story, man. I'm glad you was with me because we had a ball. We was there all day, meeting all the people, seeing all the cosplayers, going to
Yeah.
that tournament. The fun thing was that tournament we did at MomoCon. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, seeing Smash Brothers on the jumbotron, that was nice.
Yeah, because normally we'll go to tournaments, but that one was a little different because I never actually been to a Smash Brothers tournament.
Yeah, that was my first time too.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. I never seen so many people in one spot like that before. That was crazy. And since we had that industry experience, like going to cons and stuff like that, that was
Yeah.
that was a good one. Um, I was gonna say, how do you see the comic book industry evolving? Like specifically for independent creators like yourself and myself.
I'm still new to the comic book world like that. I've been learning just by helping you
Yo,
and watching you progress as a creator with your comic book.
yo,
So I really don't have a honest answer, but I'm excited for whatever's to come next.
okay. Do you think there's more opportunities for independent creators?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm,
Like I said, by watching you move, I started getting on YouTube and looking up like different creators and how they came up to be like Todd McFarlane. I did not know Todd McFarlane started working at Marvel, and he created Venom. He
hmm
he created Venom, and to see him leave Marvel and go do his own thing and start his own company
Yeah,
and create Spawn, I said, "Yo, it's the possibility is endless, bro. It's like the sky's the limit." So,
it is true. That is true. I was gonna say, now that you experienced that, we both experienced that. I was gonna say, do you have your own inspirations on things that you want to create going forward, regardless of your limitations?
oh yeah, I still want to finish my comic book
Hmm
uh that I started on before my vision gave me problems.
hmm
Yeah,
And
because I remember I was telling you I started off and I wrote 5 pages, and yeah, I'm still really excited to finish that.
yeah, I read that. That's really good. I'm glad you sent that to me. I can go over it and review it. I kind of want to look forward to the next few pages that you got. Um, when you do, this is just my advice. When you do write everything out, try to
Mm-hmm.
record it.
Okay.
Record it. See how it sounds. Like really listen to your work that you've written. That's another avenue that you can get into, regardless of your limitations.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be great because you do well with storytelling. I thought you were great at drawing. You're great at storytelling. You have your TikTok and you're doing spooky stories right now, which is insane. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
Yeah, I never thought myself as a good storyteller because that was the main reason why I didn't do comics back in the day. Like a lot of my friends want me to do comics or do a manga, some dope like Dragon Ball or something like that. But I was like, I can't think of no good story that come to my mind like that until one day I did come up with a story for my own
Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
I'm like, you know what? This is the story I can tell. This is from my perspective, and this is what I can do. So that's what I started on when I first got started on my project.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's really good. And I'm glad you said that too. Like you don't have to necessarily get into comics. You're creative. You can be creative whether it's in comics, portraits, or whatever, digital art. It doesn't really matter what medium or format you get yourself into, as long as you're creating the things that you want to create. And that's what I hope to inspire people with. Like as long as I'm doing the things that I want to do, you should be able to do the things that you want to do. And I think that that's a good goal to have. I was so my next question is, what advice would you give for upcoming creators now? Going from what you experienced, your hardships, um, and just your overall creative process, what advice would you give someone under you?
My advice would be stay motivated, stay inspired.
Mm,
Do not let people, do not let other people get you discouraged. Do not let anything else distract you. Because I'm only speaking from experience. Because with me, I could have been way farther in life as an artist. I feel that due to my vision and stuff, but that comes with a lot of self neglect and
mm,
allowing people to impact your life and and use and walk over you, and you can't allow nobody not to not make you to not believe in yourself,
yeah,
to not understand self-awareness, self-care, self-love, and you got to be firm about it. You got to keep your dream alive. You can't sacrifice your dream and try to sacrifice your time and energy for other people to make them happy.
true,
Because
true,
once they use you and they get what they want out of you, then you left heartbroken, don't know where to go next in life, and that's what happened to me. That's why I fell short in my success. But I'm still determined to get where I want to be, and I am gonna get there. So I learned a hard lesson now, and now I know where I want to go, and I'm gonna keep striving for better.
yeah. That's true. That's true, man. I'm glad you gave that advice. I'm proud of you for all your success that you just kept going. Like you even motivate me. Like when I went to go see you that time when you was in the hospital, that it really did a number on me. And then seeing you in that bed like that, and then when you got out, you just kept creating. That's why I didn't stop doing the things that I was doing. You saw me at different events. I'm selling books. From that time up till now, uh, you was a heavy motivator. I didn't tell you this, but you was a heavy motivator in me selling micro awards because, believe it or not, I sold 5,000 books.
That number I did not know you sold that
I
many.
so, I sold 5,000 books and I was heavily motivated, and you was one of those reasons. Of course, I was dealing with life too, but you were one of those reasons why I kept selling micro awards the way I was. And you was in that hospital, man. It just did something to me. I'm over here tearing up right now because my closest friend and rival was in this bed and he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do the thing that he loved. He couldn't interact, and it bothered me. And the only thing I could do was just be there for you the best way I could. And sorry y'all, just do the thing that I'm good at, and that was just promoting micro awards. So I'm really emotional about it. And I did that. I really did that. And I want to say thank you for keep pushing. Thank you for being who you are, never giving up on yourself. And I think that's what most people need to know. Like going forward, like as a creator, you can make a path for yourself. You don't have to do the things that these big companies are doing. You don't have to do the things that someone else is doing. Just do the things that you want to do and you'll be okay. The
Yeah,
the money will come. Your path will come. Don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Do the things that you want to do and be content with that. And that was just my piece. I got a little emotional about that, but that was my little piece. Um, but the last thing I want to talk about, man, uh, let's talk about where we from, man. We from Memphis. We from
yeah.
Memphis, man. We met we met at LLC. So we're gonna talk about this before we get up out of here. We met at LLC, and I want to talk about how we met. First time meeting, what did we do, and how did we become rivals? I'm gonna let you speak on that.
Well, honestly, we met in 2010 at Lamar Norton College. Actually, we met at the I think like what's that, the student center thing, like or right there where the cafeteria is
Yeah,
at.
the student center.
I was sitting outside and I was sketching, and you saw me drawing. You were like, "Yo, that's dope," and then that's when we became cool, right there
Yup,
on the spot.
yup,
But,
yup,
but what led us to us being rivals is when one day I was kicking it with the homie Jeremy and that whole squad,
yup, yup,
and we went over to one of the dorms, and
yup.
that's when y'all was end up playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yes, sir.
And that's where the rivalry began because I ain't know you was a video game fighter like that. You
Yup,
didn't know I was one.
yup.
But man, the tension got high and you was running them sticks that day.
Yo, yeah, I definitely was. No joke. When it comes to the crossover games, I tell anybody, I'll run the hands. And that's honestly where it started, because it started with that game and it led to Tekken, and we've been on Tekken for a long time. And we started our beef then going forward, and I'm like, man, we became rivals, but we became more friends over the years. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it really started with those fighting games, and it is wild. Like now, I play a character called Brian. He don't like Brian right now, and I don't know why.
Man, I can say anything I want right now, Ken.
Yeah. It's toward the end of the video. Yeah. Go ahead.
You know damn well, but I don't like Brian. Y'all gotta know. I am a real shit talker, and when it comes to this man, I tell him every time we play Tekken, he pissed me off with three characters. He pissed me off with Josie. He pissed me off with Dragunov and Brian. And I let him know. I said, man, Josie, I said, you don't even try with her. That would really piss me off. You piss me off with her. I said, Dragunov, I know what I'm getting into. I know what he's capable of. I understand. I have respect for Dragunov because he a solid dude. But Brian, fuck Brian.
You know
I
what?
can't stand that main Brian. The main Brian is so unpredictable. When I think I got him in the corner, when I'm doing my combos, I'm about to hit my rage on. I got this, man. No, I don't. I don't. Brian would come do a leg sweep that will catch me off every single time. I hate that leg sweep. I really do. That leg sweep drives me crazy. And this boy Squeeze right here, my homeboy Steve right here. I call him everything but his name. I call this man everything but his name when I'm fighting him in Tekken, man. Woo!
That's where it started, y'all. That right there. We still going strong to this day. We still going strong from 2010. It was really the summer of '09, but 2010 up till now, we best friends and we rivals. I was gonna say, go on, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Man, they can find me on IG at the greatest artist alive. They can find me on Twitch at what's it 901 Kelvin. No, not 901 Sputnik. My bad. I got so many pages. They can find me on Facebook as Kelvin Malone. What's another one of my art pages? SoundCloud. Yeah, you can find me as Sputnik Marone SoundCloud. Audio Mac, you find me as Sputnik Marone Audio Mac, because I do music as well. And YouTube, yeah, you just find me at Kelvin Malone on YouTube.
All right, well, all right, folks, that's our show. Please like, subscribe, join us on YouTube at Mwsstudios. Join the website at www.mwstudios.com. Instagram, MWStudios33. Love y'all. Come back, and that's our show.
Hey you guys, Rashida here. You don't know me, but I want to get to know you. Would you like to know my story? See how I go through trial and error to become a great Hadori, alongside Sneakers McGee and Squeezy in the world of micro wars. Fight the good fight. See different perspectives on what it's really like when teenagers get access to superpowers. And no story is complete without the evil Mr. Slim trying to take over our cities. Would you like to join us on our journey? If so, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to us on Facebook and Instagram, Micro Wars. And if you want to cop some fresh merch or even the latest comic, make sure you visit www.mwsstudios.com. And don't forget about our webtoon series as well. We can't wait to meet you guys on the inside. Catch you later.